people say to me all the time, if this was so good, if you were real, why would you show people how to do this? This doesn't make any sense. You're just training your competition.
I ended up deciding to flip dressers. So I would buy dressers on OfferUp and Facebook, and then I would sand them down, repaint them, and then take like a nice photo of them, and then I would offer free delivery because I had a truck at the time, and I kind of just did it all on my own. So
did you do well flipping dressers?
It was enough to like cover the bills, so it was nice.
And we're back with another episode of To the Moon. And in this one, we got one of my favorite people in the entire Astro community. Don't just say that, guys. It's true. It's absolutely true. You don't get on this podcast unless you're a favorite of mine. Now, Zach has been killing it. He's been absolutely murdering it. And I wanted him to be here to explain to all you guys who are not taking action just how much money you're leaving on the table. But before we get into that, Zach, I want everybody to know a little bit about you. What's your background? How did you even find this crazy world of wholesale real estate and how things have been going for you? Welcome to the moon, bro.
Thank you, Jamil. Appreciate it. First of all, thanks for having me, and thanks for everything you do for the community and whatnot. You're awesome, so appreciate you so much.
Absolutely, man. It's my joy.
Okay, so starting back from the beginning, I originally got into wholesaling. So I went to college in San Diego State. That's where I was born and raised, in San Diego.
Love it.
So I was working catering at the time, and COVID happened. So I ended up like going back home.
Yeah, I imagine. So it hit the catering industry. Yeah. I mean, so people weren't getting together and eating. You know, what are you going to do as a caterer in COVID? You know, can't even. You have to cover your mouth. It's not going to work.
No. So I was looking for ways to find money, and I've always had that entrepreneur mindset. I just remember growing up, like I would sell like little paracord bracelets. I like resold things on Amazon and eBay, stuff like that. So I've always been in that kind of mindset. So I was looking online, and I came across wholesaling. I'm not exactly sure who it was by or anything, but I, in order to get into it, I found like a LinkedIn post from a couple wholesalers in the area, and I did direct to seller cold calling for them. And this was over the summer during COVID, and I didn't like it. It was tough.
It is. I mean, going direct to seller and calling homeowners, you know, regardless of in the middle of quarantine or in the middle of dinner, it's not an easy thing, right? You're going to get yelled at. You're going to get harassed. It's all kinds of hard, right? Nobody's claiming this business is easy, but it's especially difficult if you're going direct to seller calling homeowners. And so your initial taste of it, how was that?
It was tough. So it was not only that, but it was also like a lot of these phone numbers didn't work. So I felt like I was just like wasting time, you know, just calling these numbers and nobody's picking up and they're going straight to voicemail. So it was doing a lot of that. And I ended up finding a for sale by owner kind of like in my neighborhood.
Okay.
And at the time, like I didn't really know much about wholesaling. I didn't really have like the proper training or anything. I was just going off of YouTube and kind of what these guys were telling me to do. Long story short, we got it locked up, and it ended up falling through.
Locked it up too high.
Locked it up too high. Couldn't find a buyer. And then after that, the summer ended, and I got back into school, and I kind of just parted ways with that company for a little bit and just kind of focused back on school and whatnot.
So did that company didn't help you comp? They weren't teaching you how to look at, oh my God, just like lock up whatever you can lock up at whatever they want.
No, they like sent me, I remember like for the trainings, they sent me like a couple of videos, like scripts to learn and whatnot. But other than that, it was like kind of just do everything yourself.
My gosh, and you know, you can see how this industry has, you know, why it has its bad apples. You know, if you're just locking up houses without any understanding of what they're worth, what they could be worth with a renovation. You're just shooting blanks, right? And you're wasting time, right? Yours and the person who you're talking to, the homeowner, right? And so that deal fell through. You probably got a bad taste of it in your mouth at that point, and then you said you went back to school. You said,
yeah. So this was like sophomore year, so I was still in school and whatnot.
okay.
Fast forward to senior year, I got a truck and I was just finding ways to make money, and I ended up deciding to flip dressers. So I would buy dressers on OfferUp and Facebook, and then I would sand them down, repaint them, and then take like a nice photo of them, and then I would offer free delivery because I had a truck at the time, and I kind of just did it all on my own. So
did you do well flipping dressers?
It was enough to like cover the bills, so it was nice.
Listen, I respect that hustle, dude. I think that's pretty awesome. Ryan Pineda got his start flipping couches. He would go pick up free couches and then clean them up, shampoo them, repair them, reupholster them, and then sell them for thousands of dollars. And he did a great job in that. And look where he is now, right? So you're flipping dressers. It paid the bills, and then what happens? This is great.
The reason why I brought that up is because while I was flipping dressers, I was just grinding through podcasts on my headphones, and I would listen to people like Ryan Pineda and Jerry Norton, and I would come across To the Moon podcast, and I literally went like down the line. I don't know originally how I came across you, but it brought me to this exact podcast. So it's crazy, like coming full circle here.
Yeah.
But I just remember listening to all these people's stories on how they found success using you. And fast forward after that, right as I graduated, like a couple months before, I got into your program, and then moved to Arizona. Had a couple buddies that went to college with me. They're from here, so they kind of showed me around and whatnot. I've been here a couple times. Really liked it and just wanted like a change of scenery and whatnot. So made the move, and then I still like needed to make money, so I was flipping dressers in Arizona for a couple months until I got my first deal, and then after that, just been all wholesaling since.
Amazing. Well, tell us about the first deal. How did it happen? What you make?
First deal, it was on market deal. It was in December of 22. And had a lot of help with.
That's a hard time. December of 22, the market was not easy, dude. That was a kick in the bleep it, Bobby, market. And so you really, really, really did well selling a deal then. So I'm just framing this for people's mind. This is when the interest rates had doubled. December 22, and buyers were freaked out. And it's like, he's talking Christmas too, right? So buyers are like, I don't want to buy anything. It's Christmas right now. Also, the rates are double. I don't know where my flips aren't moving. And so this is like the most difficult time wholesaling had in the last 5 years. Continue.
Yeah, I think it sold on like the 23rd of December, like right before Christmas.
Wow.
Which is also, my birthday's on Christmas too, so it was like a double win.
Oh, it's dope, awesome. Dude.
But no, it was on market. Honestly, this one kind of just fell in my lap. Like I reached out to the agent, and she was like, "Hey, we got a couple offers, but they're open to offers around this price." I forgot how far off it was, but I sent the offer and it was accepted. And I had a lot of help with Keegley in terms of getting a buy price on it and whatnot, because I was still new. So
yeah,
something like that could be a little intimidating if you don't know your numbers in that type of market.
Sure.
And then Keegley ended up selling it I think the next day, super quick, super easy.
That's cool.
And it was
I love that.
It was $15K total, so it was $7,500.
So you made money and I made money.
Exactly.
Yeah. Look at that. Yeah. What a phenomenal thing to be able to, get into somebody's world, teach you something, you do it, and then make money with that. I mean, people say to me all the time, if this was so good, if you were real, why would you show people how to do this? This doesn't make any sense. You're just training your competition. Listen, dummies, I'm not training my competition. I'm training my collaborators. Listen to what he just said. He learned, and we earned together. That is genius, not a scam. Anyhow, sorry, I had to just bring that up because you are exactly the reason why we do this, right? Because this is an opportunity for us to grow our business. And when I train people across the country, they feed my franchises and the machine eats and it continues and grows and everyone's getting blessed while it's happening. So you're doing this full time now. What does it look like for you as a business?
Yeah, so to piggyback off of that, I've done every deal but one with Keegley, with you guys.
Yeah, man,
That just goes
that's
to
so
show,
good.
yeah,
That's great.
how it's all about collaboration and whatnot.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, doing it full time. I have AstroBlaster, which has been like a game changer. Right after I got that first deal, I went full time into this. Got AstroBlaster. I think it was February, so it was like right after that, and that's just changed my whole business. It's helped me with the follow ups. The CRM, like the CRM was managing the amount of agents that I was starting to pile up at the time, and just kind of been going from there.
How's it revenue wise for you?
So from the start till now, I think I'm at like 172,000.
Bro, congratulations, dude. Like I'm just saying, you know, that is a very respectable amount of money and you're just going up from here, right? Like you're getting more efficient, you're doing more business, you're creating more relationships, and that will create and bring you more opportunities. The more agents you have in your follow-up sequence, the more agents are going to get followed up with, the more deals are going to come naturally from the AstroBlaster just doing auto follow-up, and then you continue building your new agent database, which is just going to feed the follow-up machine, which then just compounds and turns into a snowball. To this right now, it's 172,000, and who knows? In a year, this could be like John Galan. He's making over 100 grand a month, right? And so this is how this builds. This is how you compound it, and it's just so. It is so rewarding to see a person come in and take action the way you have, and to watch you succeed is a blessing, bro. And I'm grateful to have had an opportunity to get to know you, and I'm grateful that you're doing this. I want to know, right? Because there's people out there who they are trying to do this alone, or they are working with people that are not training them correctly, or they haven't quite figured out the key concepts of really being able to spot what a deal is and then how to truly have those conversations well. Because look, at the end of the day, the strategy is here. I've been giving the strategy away since every one of these podcasts, right? It's not about just knowing the strategy. That's not the ticket. The ticket is the nuance. How do you do this? The cadence, all of that. And then when you're in the deals, how do you handle the circumstances and the situations that always pop up? No deal is the same as the last, and there's always going to be something in a deal that makes it interesting, unique, and difficult, right? Otherwise, why should we make $15,000 or $20,000 in a transaction? I mean, it should be a little hard. And if it wasn't a little bit hard, then too many weirdos would be doing it, right? So if you could talk to somebody who was in the situation you were in when you joined with those two clowns who were like, just go lock everything up, what would you say to that person?
Oh man, it's really about, I think it's two things. It's education and it's connections, it's relationships. In order to, because I remember being in that position where, you know, I watched all the YouTube videos that you possibly could, and I thought I was making the right step and you know, going under that company, and there was still like a disconnect for me in terms of like understanding how everything works, from comping to like, I always like I didn't understand like how once you get something under contract, like how that works, like the next steps, like
right. What do you do now? What like how do you open title, and what do you do with respect to the documents, and how do you get buyers, and what's a Keegley? You know, like there's all these missing pieces that people don't understand, that you actually need to be in the business around a community of the same people that are in the business so that they can help you. How helpful has the community been in your journey?
Dude, I wouldn't be I don't know if I'd be making any money if it wasn't for the community. And it's like I said, it's not only the education and the modules in the course, but it's, you know, all the Zoom calls that like I go through all the Zoom calls, and I'll go through the replay and I listen to every single one. I'll go on like 2x speed, and while I'm at the gym, while I'm driving, I just grind through them all, because every single call has a nugget, and I'm always picking up on stuff, always learning. It's the calls, it's the people in the community. You know, there's people that live here in Phoenix that I can go and see. It's everything. And I mean, I couldn't be more appreciative for kind of what you created and everyone that you brought in.
Wow, man. Well, thank you for sharing that, and you know, and speaking to the people out there who might be in that spot, right? Because again, at the end of the day, wholesaling changed my life. It's changed your life, and it can change whoever is listening to this's life as well. You really just have to take that step and believe in yourself, and surround yourself with people that are doing what you're trying to do. I think one of the biggest mistakes that people make is that they stay in social circles, they stay in situations that produce the same day. Let me explain. The people that you are friends with right now, and the job you do right now, and the actions that you're doing today are going to produce the same day tomorrow, the same thing, because what you did yesterday got you here. And that is, I think, for a lot of people, common sense, but also like, right? Because nothing is going to change if you don't do things different. If you don't actually change and do things differently, then the likelihood of you just waking up in Groundhog Day is 100%. And that Groundhog Day will be you going to a job that you probably don't like, talking to people that you don't care about, and doing a task that isn't meaningful to you, and making money that isn't helping you or your family get to the next level in life. And, you know, if all of those things, or at least three of the things that I just said, check the box for you right now, you need to stand in the mirror and ask yourself, why are you continuing to let yourself live this way? I mean it. I truly do. And, you know, I think it takes folks like you, Zach, and others in the community that are learning and then turning around and helping people, which you've been so good with. How do people reach out to you? Because I know there's going to be folks wanting to do business with you. There's going to be folks who want to reach out and ask you questions. Zach, what's the best way for people to reach out?
So I would say call, text, or email. So my phone number is 602-975-2517. And then my email is Zach, Z-A-C-H, at xxvcapitalgroup.com. Awesome. Those are all the two ways to reach me. Yeah.
Guys, text him, email him, get in touch with Zach. He's an open book. He wants to help you out. He's here for your journey. He's here to earn with you and to help you build a community. If it's just one person that you swap out today, one person, right, in your group of five, the five closest to you that are shaping your current reality, what about putting a person like Zach into that group? Wouldn't that make a huge difference? And if a person like Zach was in that group, wouldn't he bring others into the group to help elevate you? What are you waiting for? Zach, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for sharing your story. I'm proud of you, man. You've really done it, and you continue to do it day after day after day. And if you are watching this right now and you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make yourself the best give yourself the best present you could ever do, and click on that subscribe button, because at the end of the day, yes, I give away a lot of free content teaching you how to wholesale. But in addition to that, we share a lot of mindset stuff that's going to help you think in ways that are going to help you get to that next level in life, because success is definitely an inside job. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, give Zach a call, and until the next time, folks, we'll see you on the moon. Later.